Hey guys, it's me again. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about how I've been doing this week. I know I made my video last week about having to go to the ER for my cutting and having to get stitches and everything. So since then, I told you before, I've gone to my therapist and my psychiatrist, and now I'm on Lamictal. And I've been taking that now for a little over a week. And I was supposed to take one pill for the first week, and then 2 pills for the second week, and then 3 pills for the third week, and 4 pills for the fourth week, and then go back to my psychiatrist after 4 weeks and see how I'm feeling, if it's working. So I just started taking 2 pills 2 days ago. So far, I don't really know that it's helping at all, but I know it is really um, early in as far as me taking it to know if it's doing anything. So I just hope that it starts working soon. The one thing I have noticed though is that I'm having more trouble sleeping than I was before, and I've heard that that's a side effect, but I'm also on trazodone at night to help me sleep. And my old psychiatrist had given me like 100 milligrams. He'd prescribed me 100 milligrams a night. And I had never taken that. Like, I took the 100 milligrams a couple of times and I was so tired. Um, and he had told me, like, well, try the 100 milligrams, but it's, 2 50 milligram pills. So he was like, if that's too much for you, or you don't feel good, just take 50, just take 1 pill. So I had an option, like, to try it out and see. So I had tried 1 pill, and that was still too much, and I was cutting the pills in half and just taking half, and that was working fine. So just 25 milligrams every night. But now that I've been on the Lamictal, like, I need the full pill. I need 50 milligrams to help me sleep. And my depression really hasn't gotten any better, like the depressive side. I still have mood swings, but like with my mood swings, I'm depressed more than manic, which I guess is, the opposite. So that's why, like, originally I was diagnosed with major depression, but now um, my psychiatrist and my therapist think I might have bipolar because there are mood swings involved, but like my depression has always been the the predominant side of it, but I had some manic episodes, and I told my therapist about it, and then like one day I came in to her office and I was manic, and so she immediately was like, we need to see about getting your medicine changed because it's not just depression, like it is like up and down. But anyways, so I'm taking more trazodone. I'm on the Lamictal. But my depression really hasn't improved. I've been kind of depressed ever since I came home from the hospital. And it's kind of, some of it is just, chemical as far as in my head. And then some of it is based on actual things. Like, I'm still waiting to hear back from the second job I applied to, and I really do need the second job so I can make some extra money. So, like, I really need to know if I'm going to be hired. I've already had 2 interviews for it, and it's silly because it's like a cashier job. So you wouldn't think I need 2 interviews to be a cashier. Like, I have a college degree. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. And I've been a cashier before. Like, it's not like I don't have any experience. I do have cashier experience. Um, but the lady was like, call back on Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. So now it is Saturday, and I've got to wait till Wednesday to find out. And I was kind of hoping that she would hire me on the spot so I could start working, making some extra money. Because, like, I have this theory that if I start working more, if I, am more occupied and more busy, like, I won't have time to think about my emotions. Like I won't have time to think about being so depressed all the time. And maybe that can keep me busy, like until the Lamictal starts to kick in and everything. So, but yeah, it's been hard for me because I have been making the extra money, so I'm stressed out about that. It's like I got paid, but of course I already had to spend most of it on bills. So, um, I did get my nails done though. I decided to treat myself. Like even though I'm like don't have a lot of money, like I need to treat myself to things sometimes so that like it helps me feel better for a little bit. Like I don't spend like absorbent amounts of money because I don't have it. But like $20 to get my nails done, like I feel like I deserve that. So that to me is an improvement, just to be able to be like I deserve some happiness. I deserve something nice. Like is an improvement in a way, like in my thinking. But I've still been depressed. I really have the urge to cut. Like I have the urge to cut like so much. But I'm really trying not to because my family of course knows that I was in the hospital, and they will probably try to have me committed or something if I go back. Like if it happens again. And I'm sure the hospital will keep me if it happens again, especially like so soon. I mean, the reason why I cut that deep in the first place was because I was using a different knife and so I didn't know how sharp it was. But like I'm just worried like if somebody like if I cut with my regular knife, which I found by the way, I found it. I was like I hid it from myself. It was like in a makeup case or something. Anyways, if even if I do start cutting again, like with my regular knife, and the cuts aren't that deep. Like if somebody finds out though, they'll probably tell my psychiatrist, and then that will like precipitate more things and could end up with me in the hospital. And I do not like. Sometimes I feel like if I could just go to the hospital, like I wouldn't have to focus on anything else except for getting better, and that might be a relief. But I also feel like I would lose everything that I worked for. Like I would lose my job, and I would lose my apartment, and like I would lose my independence, like everything that I worked for. So that is what keeps me not wanting to go to the hospital. But if there were a way that I could like take a break, like if I could like take a vacation from work and then on that vacation stay in the hospital for a little bit and like really focus on trying to get better. Like I know that, either bipolar and depression, like they're lifelong diseases, but you can control them and get them under control. And like that's what I really want. Like I want it to be under control. Like, you might have a bad day here and there, but it's not like a constant every single minute, every single day, like struggle. Like that's where I'm trying to be. Like healthier and more stable and everything. And I'm trying so hard to stay positive, but like I get depressed, like um and then it's hard because I want to cut and I can't, and it's like my only other recourse besides cutting is eating. And so I've been eating really horribly this last week since I haven't been cutting at all. Nothing but like junk food and comfort food, and I'm really bloated right now from eating all that horrible food, and I can't imagine how much weight I've gained just in this last week. And I was like, I can't afford to be gaining any more weight. Like, I have high blood pressure, so eating junk food is actually physically bad for me. Like, I feel like eating all the junk food I've been eating this past week is probably just as dangerous for me as the cutting. So it's not like a healthier alternative or a less dangerous alternative. Like, it's just as bad for me as the cutting. So it's really, really difficult. But on a happy note, I had lunch with someone that I went to, not lunch. It was breakfast. It was early in the morning. I had breakfast with someone that I went to college with, and we weren't really close in college, but she was really nice, and so that was cool. And I went to church today. We had our community fair, which is like, there was like moon bounce for the kids and face painting and free food and booths and all this different stuff. So it was fun, and we sang there, and then I got to walk around and get food and stuff, and it was fun. But it was just so hot. Oh my gosh, it was blazing. I know it was over 90 degrees, and I hadn't had enough water to drink, and so by the time I went home, I was so drained and so tired. But it was, a good time, and I'm supposed to get up early in the morning tomorrow to be at church by 6:45 in the morning to sing during the day at church, like at a couple of services. So I'm going to try to go to bed early for that. But it's like it's so like a catch-22, because it's like I think that being more active is going to help with my depression, but I'm so depressed I don't want to get out of bed to be more active. So, and eating lots of junk food helps me not be depressed, but it also makes me more sluggish, which depresses me. I totally understand if you can't understand, or anyone can understand what I'm trying to say, because I hardly understand it. It's like such a convoluted cycle that it's really hard to break out of. Like, it's hard to break out of self-harm, and not just cutting, but to me, like, the eating is also self-harm, because I'm already overweight and I already have high blood pressure. So, and I'm young, I'm still young. I'm 24. My birthday is in 2 weeks though. So I'm getting older, but I'm still relatively young, and high blood pressure already runs in my family. Heart disease runs in my family. So it's like I already am at risk. Even if I wasn't overweight, I would already be at a higher risk. And then I'm overweight, and I'm like making it worse by eating all this horrible food. And like when my mood is good, when I'm in a good mood, I'm in a stable mood, I actually eat really well. But when I'm depressed, it just all goes to shit. And that's kind of where I am right now. Like, completely bloated and disgusting, and I just feel so horrible. But I was trying not to look quite as horrible as I feel, so I did put on a little tiny bit of makeup for you guys. And I'm in my pajamas right now, but I put a sweatshirt over it so that you can't see my pajamas. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. This has been a little rant slash update video. It was raining really hard this evening. Like obviously you guys can't see out my window, so I don't know why. I just looked over there. But it was raining really, really hard. And my sister called from work and was like, "Did you get stuck in the tornado?" And I'm like, "What? There was a tornado?" I was asleep. Like, I came home and I was dehydrated, and I drank some water and I went to sleep. And so I really don't know. Like, I don't know what went on. I knew it was raining, but apparently there was a tornado watch. And I don't know for sure if there was an actual tornado. But yeah, apparently we were under tornado watch. And I mean, literally, I got home from the the community fest, and I literally, like, 30 minutes later, it was pouring. So I'm glad I left when I did, and I had a good time. Like, but being home, being by myself, being alone with my thoughts is like just easy for me to fall back into feeling really lonely and feeling really depressed. And then it's like I try to call some of my friends to see if they want to talk, and everyone's busy doing their own thing. I mean, it's Saturday evening. Like, I'm 24 years old. I probably should be getting ready to go somewhere, out with someone, out, to dinner, out to a club, out to anything. And I'm just here by myself in my room. So it's like, I don't mean to be antisocial all the time, but it's so hard to, like, for one thing, like, quite a few of my friends also have mental illness, and so they also, like, push people away. So even when I'm trying to reach out to them, they're in a bad mood and they don't want to hang out. And then on top of that, it's like I get like that too. Like I get like a little antisocial and I don't call people, and then I look up and it's like 3 weeks later and I haven't talked to anyone. And so I think it's hard to maintain relationships like that because people are like, oh, I thought we were, such good friends. I didn't hear from you for like a month. And it's like, I don't mean to be antisocial, but it does happen. And so I'm trying really hard to work on that. But it's like, you're not 5 years old. You can't just be like, oh, do you want to be my friend? Like, hi, I'm Sherry. Do you want to be friends? Like, you can't just do that. Like when you're 24, you know, by the time you're my age, most people already have their friends. And so it's difficult. But anyways, I have been rambling so much. So I'm going to end this video now. So try to keep you guys updated on my progress with the Lamictal and with the stitches, which weren't really healing at first, but they're healing better now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Until next time, peace.